If you are looking to buy a home but not really sure where to start, TAP, also known as Total Action for Progress, is holding a free workshop to help you with the home buying process. Angelica Wagner is joining us now on 7 at 4. She is a HUD certified housing counselor. Angelica, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, so good to have you here because I think a lot of folks at some point or another may be in a situation where they're either getting ready to purchase a home for the first time or maybe thinking about it. So talk to us about, you're certified. I want to know more about your role and kind of what you do in this position, your job.
Okay, so at TAP, again, like you said, I'm a HUD certified housing counselor. Myself and Ashley Harris, we work in the TAP office downtown. And so we deal with pre-purchase, meaning when you start to get that thought about home ownership and you don't know where to begin. We also work with default for the unfortunate circumstances of people who are potentially facing foreclosure.
Sure.
We help with a little bit of financial literacy as it relates to the homeownership journey and credit counseling.
Now, obviously, if you guys are holding a workshop like this, it has to be a need that you guys are seeing in the area.
Yes.
So let's talk about what's considered a first-time home buyer.
That's a great question, and I'm so glad that you asked me that because there's a lot of misconceptions about that. A first-time home buyer is anyone who has not owned a home within the last 3 years.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I did not realize that.
Yes.
Okay, good to know. Now, some obstacles that first-time home buyers might face. Give us an idea of kind of what you see with first-time home buyers.
For the most part, it's obstacles with credit, down payments. You know, it's the housing prices are, as we all know, increasing. So sometimes coming up with the funds to have the down payment and the closing costs can be a challenge or an obstacle.
Sure.
But for the most part, in addition to those things, just not knowing where to start and how the process really works.
You know, it's also good timing we're talking about this because with the Roanoke City mayor race, affordable housing is a huge topic right now. So perfect timing that you're here, Angelica. Now, these programs that TAP offers, they really help buyers overcome these obstacles. Talk to us more about how you guys accomplish that.
Well, currently we are offering for individuals who are qualified $15,000 in down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. Again, that's anyone who hasn't owned a home within the last 3 years.
Wow.
And in this program, it also contributes $2,000 toward their closing costs. There's a couple of other different things that they can take advantage of as well, but that's the biggest thing that we have right now.
That's huge.
It is. It's definitely advantageous to someone who might be facing some challenges, especially coming up with that down payment like we talked about.
Yeah, absolutely. I know some folks are excited to hear from you today, especially knowing kind of the ins and outs of how this works. Now, how can people know which realtor or lender to choose? Because sometimes it's a bit overwhelming out there.
It is. There's a lot of realtors out there. I think there's over maybe 1,500 last time I checked.
Just in Roanoke?
Just in Roanoke. That number could probably have gone up since the last time that I read those numbers. So I think just like with anything, you want to explore your options. You want to just interview different ones because the biggest thing is that you want to make sure that whoever is working on your behalf is putting your interests first.
Sure.
And sometimes that can be a little hard to discern, but I would say definitely that's what you want to go for, is just making sure that you have someone who's really going to just do right by you.
Now, just curious, Angelica, if you are working with someone in one of these workshops and maybe they don't know how to discern that, can they lean on you guys for some assistance there?
Well, to a degree. We don't necessarily want to steer one way or the other. We have recommendations based on people that community partners that we have relationships with, so we can provide, you know, options, but at the end of the day, we definitely just want to make sure that who you choose is someone that you're choosing based on, you know, where you are and who you feel comfortable with.
Now, I want to draw your attention to the screen here. Here is the flyer for this workshop that you guys are having. As people are looking at this, you can see what kind of topics are going to be included in the workshop, as well as a QR code if you'd like to register today. Just give us the time and date and how we sign up, Angelica.
Okay, so virginiahousing.com, all spelled out. Under the individuals and families, go to the home buyer tab and you'll see Ashley Harris, who will be the one conducting the class on Saturday, this coming up Saturday, November 9th. It will be at the Dumas Center. And registration opens at 8:45, class begins at 9, and it should be wrapped up around 3:15.
Okay, good stuff. Angelica, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be sure to post this information over on our website, wdbj7.com. And Angelica, we got to have you back because we got to talk more about this. We have all sorts of questions.
Anytime.
All right, thank you so